Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wa atammi taslim ala nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wattabi'ina lahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin. Distinguished guests, my dear brothers and sisters, this is our immense pleasure to welcome you all to today's session, today's special lecture on personal financial management. And the lecture will be conducted by a prominent scholar and expert, Mr. Haji Anuar, who will be joining us in 5 minutes, inshallah. He just messaged me that he'll be joining us in 5 minutes. Afwan. So as you know, this is a very important topic of the Islamic finance and banking, and especially in our personal management of finance. As Nahdi al-Iqtisad al-Islami bi Jami'at al-Kuwait promotes the modules, strategies, and concepts, Sharia concepts, globally by conducting lectures and arranging forums, talks, and also trainings. Afwan. I'm very sorry. I just got a cough a little bit. So may Allah give us shifa, inshallah. Ameen. So alhamdulillah, we cover various topics and areas of Islamic banking and finance, microfinance, insurance, capital market, equity market, and also we try to conduct lectures and talks on features and Sharia principles of Islamic finance, nature of contracts, products, services, and also some other specific topics, including sukuk, fintech, wealth management, and also corporate banking products and practical contemporary issues. Today, we are very much happy to invite Mr. Anuar bin Shuib, who is a very prominent figure and expert in Islamic finance and chairman of International Development Committee for Malaysian Financial Planning Council, MFPC. He is also LUTCF, we call Life Underwriter Training Council Fellow at American College and the Malaysian Insurance Institute. He is also Chartered Financial Consultant at American College and the Malaysian Insurance Institute. RFP is a Registered Financial Planner, and Sharia RFP at the MFPC, Malaysian Financial Planning Council, and also Global University of Islamic Finance, INSIF. He is also Financial Planning Association of Malaysia consultant and at the Islamic Banking and Finance Institute of Malaysia. Executive Masters in Financial Planning from the Open University of Malaysia, he has, and also certified qualification in Islamic finance, IBFIM. A licensed and qualified financial planning practitioner and wealth manager. And Mr. Anuar also a chairman, as I said, International Development Committee of MFPC and fellow member of MFPC. Since he started practicing in 1990, he has been a platform speaker, trainer, moderator, and through the years have specializes in understanding financial planning needs and develop customized plans, clients' needs via a holistic approach. He paid back to industry always at his heart with his involvement in MIA, FAA, IBFIM, INSIF, MFPC, and FPAM. He frequents international meetings related to wealth management and shares the idea and thought with other practitioners in the international wealth management community. So this is an honor for us to have Mr. Anuar Shuib today to conduct today's lecture entitled Personal Wealth Management. So Mr. Anuar, you're most welcome, and floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Muhyiddin.
Sorry, doctor, I'm a little bit sick. Just I got cough, but Alhamdulillah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I hope you are also good in good health. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you. So may Allah give health to you, inshallah, and have a good health, inshallah. Okay, so thank you so much for the introduction just now. So just let me continue the session with the slide. So we will discuss Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to class today, which we will discuss on the personal financial management, which we are looking at when we say about personal financial management. Many people, maybe when they are being given tasks to as an executive, manager, whatever position they are in their organization, they may be able to manage the organization finance better. But what happened is that their personal finance being neglected. So what happened usually is that sometimes before end of the month, for example, for some people they are receiving salary, before end of the month they already thought it's very tough their life, how they're going to be able to pay for this, that, and etc. Yeah? So this is something to do with the personal financial management. So we may be doing good when we are managing other people's money, when we are managing other people's finance, when we are managing our organization finance, but we fail to manage our personal finance because we always have the feeling that this is our money, this is up to us to do whatever we want. So we don't really put a heavy burden that we must really manage our personal finance better. We always manage other people's finance better, but not our personal finance. So that's what always happens to us. Yeah. So that's why personal financial management is very important. So I will just get to the slide on the agenda, which these are the agenda that we will touch. I will share a little bit some introduction of it, and then we look at the primary goal of personal finance, how we're going to manage it, and we will see the current trend that happen, especially we're talking about a young generation, which is going to empower the world today. Many countries now we have more younger people, so younger people are going to influence the future of the country now. And what are the concerns that come together with it? And other than that, then we will summarize that at the end, or as some people will say conclusion. But anyway, any words also good, whether it's summary or conclusion. So let me bring to next slide. Okay, now we'll see that if you look at the personal finance, yeah, personal finance is about what? So personal finance is about us take charge, take responsibility of planning, doing what is needed. Focus. We know what our needs, what our wants, know how to differentiate between the two, and then after that, we will plan one by one of what we're going to do with the resources of finance that we have with us. Yeah, so that's what we do. That what we need to do. Yeah, okay. So, as the statement here, so if you weren't been worrying about your personal finance, in reality, you are not alone. In fact, the vast majority of people feel the same. But you might not have guessed that because according to research, only 24% people feel comfortable talking to their friend about their finance, and only 41% would talk about it with their own parents. Means to say that we don't want to talk about it with other people. Only small numbers that talk about their personal finance with other people. So means to say that we take it so private. So means to say that is being so private about the personal finance is good. It can be good, it can be bad. Yeah, because if you're looking at uh, okay, if maybe if we can manage that well, then okay lah, no issue. But what if we we are not good at that? We have certain problem on doing managing it, then we will face problem. Maybe we will face problem immediately, or maybe we will face problem years from now, maybe during our retirement. So that's why one of the best thing is to learn from others. So when we say learn from others, is to do some readings, attend programs that teaches us about the how to manage personal finance, and no harm to ask people what is good that we should do, what should we avoid, and all those things. Yeah, so that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah? So this is the statistic is to tell us what people doing currently from the population of sample that we take. Yeah, so we use this as a guide. Okay. Now, when we said about personal finance, when we want why we must manage it well, why we need to really particular about managing it well. So, what is the primary goal of personal financial management? For what we need to really take care and be careful of managing personal finance. So because we are living in the world today where the individualistic play a big role, whereby everybody wanted to be independent themselves. They don't want to be dependent on anyone else. And again, today, if we can see, there are many families that having a sandwich generation. So what we call sandwich generation, whereby if you can see sandwich, uh, there are sandwich is whereby the two the bread, we put something in between that. So the person who are generating an income need to support the parents, the one at the upper level, the elder one, and the one that below them, which is their children. So that give them high pressure. They got to support both the elders and the youngest. So the elder generation and also the younger generation need to be supported only from one generation. So it's a very tough situation. So that's why we don't want to give the burden to anyone else. So what we're supposed to do avoid giving burden. For example, the elders, we don't want to give our pressure, or we don't want to give problem to our younger generation. So let them live their own life, planning for their future and etc. Whatever they wanted to do, uh, and then let them do by themselves. And they have their own career to take. They may want to further study whatever it is with their own money. So we don't need to they don't need to support us when we grow older. So that's what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. And we must get ourselves ready so that when we grow older, we are independent. So that's why personal financial management is very important. Because if we fail, then when we become elder generation, we will be dependent on the younger one. So which is not fair to them. Not to say that, yes, Islam does teach us of taking care of the elder one. Everybody must take care of their parents. So must love the younger one. So yes, that is the character that we must have. But what if, as the elder generation, we can take care of our own self. We don't need to burden our younger generation, and that is the ideal one that we're supposed to do. So that's why it must start now. We may be young now, but years from now, all of us will grow older. Like myself, I already have 2 grandchildren. Yeah. Okay. Now, so let us go to the next, where we can see what is the current trend. So the current trend, the current generation, because the current generation, years from now, will become the elder generation. And they also need to do something to make sure that they are preparing themselves to be the future elder generation. And at the same time, they also will teach their younger generation what to do, what to plan, how to manage their personal finance, so they can cultivate their own younger generation, their own children, to make sure that even though from the school days, from the primary school, they already teach their children from primary school to start saving certain amount of money, to know how to save money, and now know how to, maybe a little bit of education about how to invest, simple kind of investment. So something very basic should be teach to the younger generation so that they are prepared. Wait, now let us look at the millennials. Millennials aren't the only ones feeling a little overwhelmed. Yeah? So whereby we can see that millennial often characterize younger people as anxious and debt-ridden, living at home to save on rent. And research didn't exactly disprove that. Yeah? But what the research found is that the millennials, you can see that they are about the age, the millennial age that we can see. Normally they are the one that active in the workforce currently, and is about nearly 40% of the population. Yeah? So, and some said that they were not very confident of their uh, current financial security. Okay, so if we can see that for millennials, yeah, for millennials, normally they are exposed to technology, they are exposed to gadget, they are exposed to new way of investing. Because before this, most people invest in the traditional investment, like buying stock market, go into shares, yeah, and maybe buying property. But millennials now, they are talking about cryptocurrencies. They are talking about digital currencies. they are talking about investing in peer-to-peer investment. So there are so many things that millennials involve themselves in. But on top of that, millennials also have the thinking of they must live with the current days, which means to say that they are lack of saving. They wanted to enjoy their life currently. They wanted to enjoy their lifestyle. Yeah? So that's why in this situation, there are a little bit change need to be done to the way that they're thinking, whereby they need to think about how they can allocate certain amount of money for their future. Yeah? That is about the millennials. Yeah. Okay. Now let me bring to the next slide. So for many people, taking college loan doesn't seem worth it. This is what people say. Yeah? People think, some of them. Yeah, some of people. So let us see. So one specific cause of financial anxiety coming from student loan. Yeah, maybe some country they don't have student loan, but many parts of the world people wanted to focus on study, so they don't mind to take loan for some people. Yeah. Okay. So student loan is fairly widespread. 47% of the respondent from the study said that they have taken the loan, and those that did, only 43% believe that taking the loan was justified. And younger respondents were especially dissatisfied, with only 29% saying so. Means to say that more younger generation that thinking that what for I wanted to study and taking loan to fund my study, which why not I just spend the money that I have, enjoy my life. Okay, so that is the situation now. So means to say that from 43% thinking that taking a loan to study is justified, now only 29%. I mean, reduced. So they don't think that if I would have money, I can study, I go and study. If I don't have money, I don't need to take a loan or anything. I just stay, do whatever I can, that's it. And some people nowadays thinking about, why must I go and study hard? Why not I just be the influencer? By being influencer, I can make money, I can make tons of money, I can live just being influencer, and that's is good enough for me. So this is where the thinking that we can see now. So, and that is quite dangerous, because in life we need to gain knowledge. We need knowledge in order for us to survive. We need knowledge in order for us to develop. We need knowledge in order for us to grow further. So that means to say there are some correction need to be done among us, so that we value knowledge. So, but this what I'm showing here is about the study, whereby the study show this is the result from the survey, from asking the people outside there what they think about it. So of taking a study loan. So means to say that for them, from the sample study that we have, so this is the result. So there are some alarming there, some alarm there, that we need to do something to adjust, to ensure that the community have being put into a better direction for the future. Because current generation also we grow older, and we don't want the current generation to burden the next younger generation, which is not fair to do that. Okay, let me bring next to another perspective, whereby having an annual salary of 400,000 or more is what most people deem rich. Okay, so this respondent with a variety of different salaries ranging from 60,000 to $10 million per year. So 70% of them said that they consider people making anything over 430,000 per year to be wealthy. Okay, and the perspective is that people thought that being wealthy will ensure that they will be able to sustain their life forever. So means to say that this perspective again, uh, in life, money, yes, we need money, but money is not everything. But we need money to do so many things that we wanted to do in life. A lot of things that we want to do will need money. So money, the resources, the limited resources that Allah has given to us need to be managed well because we are answerable to whatever we do. So be the person wealthy or not doesn't matter much, but how the person manage their personal finance, the resources that given to them, invested upon them is very important because we are answerable for that. So if you look at it from this finding, we can see that people does have certain perspective of who are the rich people and who are the poor people, and uh, we can see from here these are the guide that we can see that how people perceive on the earnings of income today and how people perceive the person become rich and how people perceive the person not that rich or at the medium level. Okay, let us go for the next one. Financial literacy seems to go hand in hand with access of good jobs. So people from higher income household were about 50% more likely to have grown up in a family where saving money was emphasized. So this is a good finding that you can use as an example for us, whereby that the family that cultivate in their children's from the younger age to be able to save money. Normally, when these children grow older, they also will be able to generate a better income. So this shows what? Okay, I'm not sure whether any one of my, the one in front of me here, have read the book about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So what is the Rich Dad, Poor Dad says? So if you remember the Robert Kiyosaki that produced the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm not saying that I agree with all, but I'm not saying that I disagree with all. So something that good that I can use as example today, where they have the four quadrant, whereby they have the income. From the income, you can create it become asset, and asset is the one that not a liability, because the asset that we are talking about here is asset that can generate an income. So that is the four quadrant in Robert Kiyosaki book, and whereby teaches us how we need to manage our personal finance better, so that we can turn our income that generate from active works that we do every day uh, into asset that can generate passive income without us doing an active work. So that's the more passive income we receive, the better it is. And so that's why something good that we can learn from here is that when the person are able to manage their to save money, normally they will be able to have more assets, and they will be able to plan their finance better, and that's why it relate to they have a better financial literacy, and usually they will be able to have access to a better job. Okay. Now we look into the investment perspective. In the people put less stock in stocks. So the survey also, when they asked to choose between a gift of real estate or stock of equal value, twice as many people choose real estate as index fund or public stock. It shows that people nowadays would prefer to put their money into something that they feel more secure, And what they feel more secure is something like real estate is more secure for them. Yeah. So for them, the stocks is considered risky. Yes, we can see that the fluctuation. And this research was done last year. Yeah? This was done last year. So that's why these are the findings that was done last year and not this year. So I don't know what is the perception of this year, but if there are any, when we have any study that I can derive from the coming years, and inshallah, we will see will there be any difference between last year finding and this year finding. Yeah, because we can see that nowadays we have many other investment opportunity, like for example, I mentioned earlier that digital currency, cryptocurrencies, and etc., which are also another types of asset. We have Meta also. We have NFT also right now. That can be types of asset that people can. But anyway, people can see that these types of asset is more risky right now. So most people would prefer to be safe, and the safest asset that they can have is real estate. But true enough, in real estate, there are also some challenges. For example, if you can see that the real estate for example, the real estate in China, for example, yeah, whereby they are facing some developer did not manage to complete the project, and the companies that the developers collapse and all those things. So that gave a very bad reputation to the real estate industry. But anyway, if we properly choose the right real estate, properly choose the right developer, and inshallah, we will be able to have the right real estate of our choice that we can put our investment in. Yeah. Okay. So this is again another thing. Okay. So let us look into technology. So if we can see that people can say but anything, but not Facebook. Because why? What happened now? Those days, people would love to go invest into technology, especially Facebook, the Googles, Apples, Disney, and etc. So the finding now, so when asked they to select and choose the company that they most like to have stocks in from the list of 10 public businesses. So Apple was most popular with still 32%, followed by Google 25%, and then Disney 18%, and Facebook was last with less than 2%. So if you look at it, means to say that still there are people like to invest in technology. If not, they will not choose Apple. They will not choose Google or Disney. But the thing is that they are actively looking of the performance of each individual company in technology sector. So in this case, people see that Facebook are losing touch. And one of the reasons, if you can see that why Facebook are losing touch, people say that Facebook is considered as the application or products that satisfy only the older generation. So it's not for the younger generation, because the study here, people from the younger generation that responds to this study. So Facebook was not in their list, and Facebook are losing touch with the younger generation. Other than that, which is not here, we can see that TikTok also are getting traction right now. And people are making money using TikTok right now. Yeah? And people are making money by being influencer, marketing the product via TikTok's link, and etc. Which I myself also unable to catch up with the way how things move that fast. Yeah. So when it comes to money, people like to keep their details very, very private. Like earlier, we said that not many people wanted to share with other people of their personal finance. Yeah? And from the survey, 68% of people would talk about their personal finance with significant others only. But beyond that, there are fewer than 50% of people would discuss their finance with parents, siblings, friends, or even a professional advisor. So like myself, I'm a financial advisor myself. So, and in Malaysia, my country, we have about slightly less than 40 financial planning and advisory firm licensed by Securities Commissions of Malaysia and approved by Central Bank of Malaysia. We have slightly about 1,000. We have about 1,000 licensed financial planner in Malaysia, and about similar numbers, about 1,000 financial advisor approved individual by Central Bank of Malaysia. We having a population of about 30 million in Malaysia. So we can say that it is underserved for these about 1,000 people to serve the 30 million population. But here again, yeah, only less than 50% of people that are willing to talk to other people. They're only willing to talk to their another significant person, which is normally their life partner, their husband, their wife. So that's all that they're willing to talk about their personal finance, but not somebody other than that. So they will be very, very particular about this. Okay. So, but anyway, the numbers of people that willing to talk to a professional financial advisor in my country, in Malaysia, are growing each year. Yeah? So that is something positive that we can share. Yeah? Okay. In managing finance, also most people start young and hope to finish young. Okay. So from the study, 57% of people bought their first credit card before the age of 22, and only 13% were older than 25. When asked what age they hope to retire, 65% of people appropriately say they hope to retire by the age of 65, whereby the average retirement age is about 63. So if we look at it, yeah, so in Malaysia, the government stated that retirement age is 60. So they're going to revive up again, yeah, because of many are not ready. And for example, with the COVID-19 that struck all over the world recently, I believe many government also faces problem. And in Malaysia, what happened is that many Malaysians are withdrawing their retirement money in order for them to survive on day to day during COVID-19 crisis. Yeah. So this is alarming because if they don't have money for their retirement, so how they going to live during their retirement? For sure, they will need to put a burden on their younger generation. And will their younger generation be able to support? Because of the life condition, because of the high cost of price and etc. Today, it will put a very strong challenge to the younger generation to live as the sandwich generation, as we discussed earlier just now. So if you look at it, yeah, from here, the credit card already being issued to the people who are still in university. Yeah? So they just come out from university or diploma level. They just start work, they already can get their credit card already. Yeah? So just coming out work, they already got their credit card. And this is where the personal financial management is very important. They can become bankrupt because of that. Yeah? Because if you look at the statistic of the bankruptcies in Malaysia, in my country here, uh, many people become bankrupt because of using their credit card. One of the contributors to the bankruptcies, yeah? Because at the younger age, normally they are not really good yet to manage their personal finance. So if we expose them to high liability, we allow them to incur liability that will put them into a situation whereby they don't know how to manage those liabilities, and it is bad. Eh? Okay, now concern. So when you're thinking about all just now that we shared, uh, figures and situation that is happening, we have a concern. Will this generation be able to survive, to thrive, to be successful in the next generation? Because personal financial management is something that will make the person or will break the person. So if the person fail to manage their personal finance, that person may fail in their life and their career, because personal finance debts and liability that coming behind them will pull them away from having a proper focus toward their future success. But if they can manage their personal finance well, what will happen is that they will be able to focus on their personal development, personal career better, and they will be able to become a better generation, successful generation in the future. So now let us look the concern one by one. Yeah? So will the person be able to keep the discipline on saving? So these are among the basic questions to be asked. So that's why saving is something that needs to be cultivated from the younger age. Like in my own family, myself, I was coming from a family where my parent divorced at my age 1. Yeah? So when I go to school, so the small numbers, maybe in Malaysia currency, it is about 20 cent was given to me during my younger age when I was in primary school. And for one meal, I spent only 5 cents. Yeah? And water to drink, I will bring from home. So with that 20 cent that I received from my parent, I still able to save 10 cent or more. So that activity that I have been doing continuous when I go to the secondary school to tertiary education, and until the day that I start working. So this is something, a discipline that already being implanted in me, in myself. So that helps me to be able to live a better life than if I'm not able to save money. So let us look into the next one. Yeah? Number one, you must be able to keep discipline on saving. Number two, will the income flow continue as it is? So will it depreciate or will it appreciate for years to come? So because the younger generation now going out from the universities, then they start work and they will receive the salary, will their salary increase? Or what will happen if the company that they're working goes down? They need to find another job. If that another job can get a new job, pay them similar salary or at the lower salary. And if they can't get, will they accept lower salary? for them to pull through their life? And will they be able to make sure that they will be able to survive on years to come on their own? This again at the mind, their own mindset, whereby some people, when they being laid off, for example, I saw there are people like that. For example, this I'm talking about. Even I found people with in economies, for example. I'm talking about something I believe you may not find it. This is impossible, what I said here. But yes, I found the economists, the researchers. So some, I found that when they are being laid off with their organization as economists, they are not working until now. Years already, they are being unemployed because that particular unit being cut off because this particular person did not find a job that he found suitable, paid similar what he being received. So just would prefer to stay at home at the family's house, and luckily his family is considered well-to-do family, and he don't want to go out unless he found a similar job. So this is again, everybody have ego, but what happened if we stick to those ego, and that ego will be the one that kills us? Yeah. So again, we need to build a right character in order for us to survive. And for the millennials, they need to have the right character in order for them to be able to survive for years to come. Next, the third one, how to ensure income stability prevail. Okay, so this again, yeah, the question that come about this, the income stability prevail. Things change. Maybe in the past, in my country, I use in my country, people mostly looking to work with the government, and the government can pay them salary. But things change. The government cannot afford to pay them salary as high as the private sector. Yes, true, there are certain countries whereby working with the government is more stable than working in the private sector. But in the situation whereby the surrounding has changed, we need to ensure that our income can be stabilized with our action. So what we're supposed to do, we need to be able to be agile, to be able to adapt to the changes. So it means to say that, for example, if, for example, we are being laid off, maybe the opportunity to work in the job market maybe are lacking because of economic right now is not so good and whatsoever. Maybe we need to find way to get job opportunity ourselves. Find ways. You can be a consultant. You can be anything that you create those opportunities yourself, so that you will be able to generate income stability for your own self, able to save some, so that you will be able to going longer way for years to come. Okay? So next, number 4, what about the local, regional, and global dynamic influence? Some people, they are looking at the situation if there are law changes, for example, when some, let's say the tax law of that particular country change, maybe by increasing the personal tax, by introducing a consumption tax, by introducing a real property gain tax, and etc. And this make the person become, if they are not agile enough, they will not be able to manage their tax well. End up big chunk of their income will be used to pay tax. So that's why they need to make sure to be able to adapt to all those changes, be it local, regional, global, and etc. And they will need to look into new opportunity always and regularly, so that they will be able to stay afloat and will be able to give the best that they can. And furthermore, we are talking about university is about education. So again, upgrading oneself is very important for a person to be able to be agile enough to survive for the next future life that they're going to live. Yeah. So will the family influence if affect to individual's future? So this is again, yeah. So if we already have family, we need to cultivate among our children so that they will start save money, able to invest money. We're talking about younger still like maybe primary, something simple, some simple investment that they can easily understand. But when they grow older, they will need to be able to learn some more, even more complex investment, so that because there are more choices for them when they grow older. So saving money, investing money is something that basic knowledge that we should be able to teach our younger generation, so that when they grow, become the generation, the active generation in our country, they will be able to be self-sufficient and will be able to contribute to their society, their family, and their ummah. Yeah? So that's what we need to do. And next, last but not least, what are our goals? Your goals, my goals. Okay, so we must have goals. In financial planning, we need to have goals. We cannot plan without having goals. And the goals must be something firm, must be something clear, must be something that of smart. We call smart is what? Something that you can achieve, you can measure, something. So that is smart. And so I'm not going to elaborate on the smart goal is, because we don't, our time is limited. But maybe you can Google yourself what is smart goals mean. So you must have goal, and we must work to achieve those goals. Then that will help us in planning our personal finance better. So by having goal, for example, let's say next year what we want to achieve. So that is one goal. Next 5 years, what I'm going to do, another goal. So maybe when the person is going to get married, another goal, perform Hajj or Umrah, and then retired peacefully. That's another goal. And you must put figures on all those goals so that you can calculate and able to achieve, able to measure how you're going to achieve those goals. And that will help any individual to manage, to plan their finance well, inshallah. So now I'm going to go for the summary. Personal financial planning is about planning the future direction of personal finance. It needs to be filled with clear objectives, and from there on, one can work the ways to achieve all those goals and objectives. Without crystal clear goals and objectives, one can only have dreams of their future without the ability to work their way to achieve it. Yeah? So, in order for us to be able to achieve what we want in our life, all must be in written form. What we're going to achieve in our life, when we're going to achieve it, how we're going to achieve it, and after that, we work on it bit by bit. When I start my career as a insurance agent in 1993, I start as a share broker in 1990. So all that, I got to have a goal. Like as an insurance agent, also I have a goal in 1993. Yeah, every day So my goal, I put very simple, what I need to achieve in every single day. Then automatically I will be able to achieve what I want to achieve in a week, what I'm going to achieve in a month, what I'm going to achieve in a year, what I'm going to achieve in the next 10 years, etc. And Alhamdulillah, now it's already 32 years from 1990. So it's how far it has gone, and by having goal just help us to achieve what we want to achieve in life. So I think with that, I would like to say thank you. And if there are, I'm not sure any question allowed or not, so just pass back to Dr. Mohidin.
Thank you very much, Haji, for you this insightful lecture, mashallah. And we had now an idea about the primary goals of personal financial management. And he explained the current trends and what are the concerns. Then he explained also the personal financial management objectives and what should be done within the early age, and also within the middle age of the person. And in current trends, what we should change in calculating and in managing our financial status. So this is very much important topic for, especially for the youths and for people like us. So I think most of the participants also are young here. So this lecture is recorded in the YouTube channel of our Nadil Iqtisad Islami. So you may refer to the lecture again. And we shared the slides link of the Google Drive here in the chat group, so you can download it here. And also we'll share the slides in the Facebook page and Twitter page of the Nadil Iqtisad Islami. So my dear brothers and sisters, now we open the floor for any question or any comment. So you may ask question or you may write anything in the question box. We have sometimes, and Mr. Haji Anuar is here.
Just while waiting for any question, just
Yes,
somebody raise hand.
somebody raise hand. Mr. Ahmed, okay. Welcome, Mr. Ahmed. Please, you may speak now. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
How are you, Dr. Mahi?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
I listen to this class, but I am not good in English, maybe medium. But I will listen. I will maybe هي class and learn English maybe in مهارة. And Mahara
Yes.
learn English, learn, you know.
Inshallah, no problem. I can help you if you need any help in learning English. And there are some proposals from the students and also from the guest to conduct some English learning lectures or training here. So we are thinking about that. Inshallah, hopefully we will arrange some courses for you, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad. Jazakumullah khairan. So any more question? Yes, Haji, you can share, yeah, while waiting for the question.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now just something additional that since we have some few more minutes with us. So today, I believe that what is the most age of our participant here, Dr. Mohidin?
Yeah, most of them are students and also professionals. And some of them are lecturers from the colleges, universities.
As a mixed age group.
Yes,
I believe.
yes.
Mixed age group. Okay. So nowadays everything are technology dependent, if you can see that. And when we can see that many people are technology dependent, true enough that within 1 hour, nothing much that I can share, but at least within 50 to 60 minutes I had just now, I try to compress it about personal financial management. But anyway, there are many applications outside there that you can use to help us to manage our personal finance, whereby one of the main key is taking notes of what we do in our expenses, which I believe I saw many people fail to do this. Very simple thing: take notes of our expenses. So, what is the advantages of having able to notes of what is our expenses? So, at the end of the day, or maybe at the end of the one single day, at the end of the week, or at the end of the month itself, we will be able to look back. Oh, I already spent this much. From the earnings that I earned about this much, I already spent this much. Oh, how come I spend this much? Or this thing is not really important. So then we look back, we will know that there are many ways that we can put money saving so that the money can generate more money for us. So without taking notes of what we spend, we don't know where the money goes. So we will lose touch about where it goes. So when we are asked back, I don't know lah. I just received the money and then end up now I finished already spent all. Where do you spend? I don't know. We can't answer that. So by being able to note, and then we'll be able, inshallah, to check that where the money goes, and if we can cut those spending that unnecessary, and that will help us to have better saving. When we have better saving, we can invest that money better so that it can generate a better return. So that's something that I saw something in chat.
Jazakumullah khairan, Ustaz. Thank you very much. So I don't see any question from the guests. So I think they understood, or they will give us the slides, inshallah. So with that, we are now concluding our today's session. On behalf of the Islamic Economics Association, I would like to thank all the guests from around the globe who joined us today. And thank you so much for your participation. And our special thanks to Haji Mr. Anuar Shuib. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. And hope to see you again in another session, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan, Ustaz. And our thanks to the administration of Nadil Iqtisad Islami, especially Dr. Alal Obaid, Director General of the Association. So, Mr. Anuar, if you have a concluding remark, please. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahfudin, and the university, and the committees and organization that make this successful. And not to forget, most important is all the audience today. So thank you so much for allowing, and I hope everybody will be benefit from the session that being shared just now. And whatever the weaknesses is coming from me, and that please forgive me on my weaknesses during the session just now. And may Allah bless all our effort in ensure that we already perform our best in life to be the servant of Allah, inshallah.
Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. And then we'll see you again, inshallah, in upcoming sessions. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.